We have a breaking news alert. Valley News Live has confirmed with fair officials that the 2020 North Dakota State Fair has been canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They say it's impossible to predict the scale of this pandemic, and they're concerned for the safety of the community, attendees, vendors, and staff. People who have purchased tickets with credit cards will be refunded. The fair was scheduled for July 17th through the 25th in Minot. There's new information this morning on a motorcycle crash in West Fargo that we first told you about last week. The North Dakota Highway Patrol now says the driver has died from his injuries. He's identified as 30-year-old Andrew Labarico of Fargo. Troopers say he missed a curve at a roundabout at Cheyenne Street and 52nd Avenue South a week ago Sunday. They say he was thrown off his motorcycle and hit a retaining wall. State troopers are also investigating a deadly crash near Anderland, North Dakota. They say a 40-year-old woman from Starbuck, Minnesota, ran off Highway 46 east of town yesterday, hit an approach, and landed upside down in a water-filled ditch. They have not yet released her name. They are trying to determine what led up to that crash. The Cass County Sheriff's Office is telling us they'll have more information on a Castleton murder in the next few days. 23-year-old William Dittmer is in jail for murder after a shooting Friday night around 9:30. The victim is a 50-year-old man. The shooting happened in the 100 block of 3rd Avenue South. Deputies spent the weekend gathering more information and evidence and will forward the report to the state's attorney's office. Fire gutted an Ottertail County home over the weekend, and investigators are looking for a cause. It happened around 6 Saturday morning in Henning, Minnesota. Firefighters say the garage was engulfed in flames as they were pulling up. A nearby home and business also caught fire. Crews tell us everyone made it out safely, but a family dog was lost in the fire. The house and garage are destroyed. The next door business has minor damage. 9 minutes before 7, let's get a check of that first alert storm team forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. Today starting off with at least some beautiful sunshine. It's gorgeous out there. We've got lots of blue sky and a good quiet start to our work week this week, but you'll definitely want to layer up here. Here's a look at some of our temperatures around the valley. Fargo, 27 degrees. That's as warm as we've been so far today. Grand Forks is at 24, Fergus Falls is at 27, and Bemidji and Devil's Lake both at 23 degrees. So just quite cold. We're talking the potential for some frost on your windshields if you park outside, and hopefully you have been protecting your flowers and plants as well. We've got one more night of this before things do start to improve. The problem is we've been getting this cooler air taking over from the north, and it's just continually reinforcing here with that wind generally out of the northern direction, and we're looking at wind speeds about 5 to 15 miles per hour, and that's going to continue today. Most places visibility looks great. I do want to point out Carrington's down to about 3 miles. Everywhere else we're looking really good here this morning. And your radar and satellite map, quiet, clear. There are a couple of places where we're seeing a few clouds moving through, but that'll be it for us this morning and throughout the day. So here's a look at your afternoon planner. We're going to be into the 40s throughout the valley, maybe a couple of spots hitting 50 if we can get that May sunshine to overcome that northerly breeze. And we'll see a high of 48 in Fargo. Our average high for this date in Fargo is 68. That's how much cooler we are right now, running 20 degrees below average. So starting off our week on a chilly note. Taking a look at that 7-day planner. Tonight, focusing first on that first half of the week, we're going to see one more night where we're really quite chilly in those sub-freezing temperature range. Tomorrow we start warming up a little bit more as clouds build in advance of our next system, and we'll start off our mornings a little bit milder starting Wednesday morning. Wednesday itself, though, not the nicest day. We'll be dealing with some cloud cover and that chance for some rain and wind. So kind of a raw day Wednesday and into early Thursday. But once we clear out of that, we're looking at some good temperatures and hopefully some good sunshine too as we head into Friday with a high of 65. Saturday, we may see some more rain, but warmer. And then Sunday, that looks like the pick day of the week, finally seeing our 70 chance return here. It's toward the end of the 7-day planner, but it's there, and that feels good to see that. We do have, of course, a couple of days here where we're still dealing with some cold weather that we're going to have to work our way through. So add that extra layer yet again today. And now for traffic, let's check in with Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. We are finishing up our morning drive on I-94. We are heading west toward Bismarck, giving you a live first-person view of your morning commute. Now, overall, the traffic flow has increased a little bit gradually throughout the morning. It really hasn't been impacted by any super intense starts on either of our interstates, which is always good news. It's good when the traffic flow builds up slowly and steadily rather than all at once. Overlooking I-29 right now, it looks very similar to what we're seeing on I-94. A lot of wide open space with some groupings of vehicles, but overall everything is moving really smoothly. One area where things may not be moving too smoothly this morning is the home of our newest construction site. That's 25th Avenue South. That's going to be fully closed here in about 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, I should say. It starts at about 7 o'clock. 25th Avenue South is going to be completely closed, as is 17th Street South in that area. So that's going to be something to watch out for. Not a very busy area, but it is a residential one and something to watch out for if you live in the area. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour on the Fargo CW, but for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
A celebration is underway at Eventide Living Center in Fargo because there's a lot to be excited about. Check out this video of a 96-year-old woman who beat COVID-19, and she's not alone. The executive director, Chris Gilson, says it hasn't been easy, but with the help of these Eventide heroes, they're making it through all kinds of challenges together. Gilson says 2 other residents at Eventide's Fargo campus also recovered from COVID this weekend. Mother's Day 2020 was unlike any other for many families with loved ones in long-term care facilities. Here's what it looked like at Edgewood in Fargo, where one went to say hi to their mother and grandmother in a safe, physically distant way. A parade in the parking lot with a lot of other families and flags set up with 6 feet in between kept this family together while staying apart. 4 generations were there, from the oldest to the youngest, to celebrate all the mothers in their family. The North Dakota Department of Health is reporting another 27 positive coronavirus cases in the state. There were no new deaths reported yesterday, keeping the state total at 35. 24 of those deaths are from COVID-19, 4 patients who died with the disease, and 7 death records are still pending. 29 North Dakotans are currently in the hospital. That's down 5 from Saturday. Cass County saw another 24 positive cases on Sunday, pushing the county's total to 805. Minnesota has 20 more coronavirus-related deaths. The state's death total is now at 578. One of the deaths on Sunday was a Clay County resident in their 60s. Overall, another 481 positive tests were reported in the state. That makes 11,271 Minnesotans who have tested positive. 6,882 are reported as no longer needing isolation. 434 patients are in the hospital, with 199 in the ICU. With the COVID-19 pandemic going on at the start of allergy season, there may be some increased anxiety as symptoms, some of them anyway, can be similar. Joining us live this morning to help us kind of spot the differences is the Valley Today's Abby Furchner. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. Even if you have always had allergies in the spring, having a dry cough or some nasal congestion may make you wonder, have I been infected with the coronavirus? And don't feel ashamed if you have thought this. Even I began to question it this spring. But when I spoke with the Stanford allergist, Dr. Chris Cleveland, he said there is one symptom in particular that you should pay attention to.
COVID-19 usually presents with fever. That's very common. Up to 90% of individuals with the COVID-19 infection have fevers, and fevers never occur with allergies. That's just something that doesn't happen.
Dr. Cleveland also said unless you have asthma with your allergies, shortness of breath and consistent coughing is more related to infection versus allergies. So if you're having these symptoms and you are concerned, Dr. Cleveland said, don't feel afraid to reach out to your doctor or your primary caregiver to maybe get some questions answered. But yeah, that shortness of breath, that tightness in your chest, and of course that fever are 3 main symptoms you should be looking out for.
Great advice this morning. Abby Furchner reporting live for us. Thank you. The new face of Gerber Baby Food is a history maker, and isn't she adorable? The winner of their latest photo search is the campaign's first ever baby who is adopted. Magnolia Earl was picked from more than 325,000 contestants. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. 25% of us say that this is our most beautiful body part. What are we talking about? I would not agree with this. Although you can get a pedicure now, so toes are looking a little bit better than they have been. But the answer, their feet. Remember, you can play along with us every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. That's where we post it every weekday morning and, of course, share all of your fabulous guesses throughout the Valley today. Here on the Valley today, we want to thank you for tuning in to watch our coverage, and we want to reassure you that we're working hard to make sure you're staying informed during this COVID-19 pandemic. There are several ways for you to do that. Of course, wake up with the Valley today every weekday morning. We're on from 4:30 to 8. You can also check out our valleynewslive.com Facebook page, Valley News Live, the North Dakota Today, the Valley Today Facebook page, and that VNL News app is great. Of course, they are all free. No registration required. It's now coming up on 7 o'clock. That means the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start. But remember, the Valley Today rolls on. More live, up-to-the-minute news and weather for you right now on the Fargo CW. The Valley Today's Jordan Schreier is standing by, so be sure to join us for the very latest right here.